In my last video, I remade The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Since then, Nintendo's released another trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, which is scheduled to release next year. The game looked incredible, and I'm impatient, so if I want to play the game now, I've got to make it myself. I fired up Unity and started to create Ganon's cave from the first trailer. The trailer shows an undead Ganon, surrounded by malice and a green glyph spiral. After creating Ganon's chamber with a circular altar and an eerie green light, I found an Undead Ganondorf model online that's intended for 3D printing. Luckily, Blender can handle these files, so I imported it, painted it, rigged it, and brought it into the game. Zelda was also in the trailers, so I did the same thing for her. I now needed to create the iconic green spiral effect. I used Unity's particle system, a great system for making Wrong! I used VFX Graph with Vortex Force and GPU trails. With the VFX done, I added malice, crystals, and a stone bridge to finish Ganon's cave. But we still need Ganon's castle, the floating islands, and the final Undead Ganon fight, so I'm gonna need some help. Hey Chris, I need you to make the entire Breath of the Wild 2 island map in 1 week in Blender, okay?
What's Blender?
Great, thanks. While Chris creates the islands, I'll make Ganon's floating castle from the trailer. I quickly threw together a scene with some castle assets and textures that I had, but initially this was not my best work. To salvage the castle, I added some guardians from my previous video and began to create the floating island in Blender. It's obvious I knew what I was doing because it took me 2 days to finish a single rock. I added a sunset skybox and some VFX which really saved the castle's look. The recent trailer from Nintendo showcases some new weird enemies. We were shown a giant stone talus that was carrying some new looking Bokoblins. To make a rock, I used CG Geek's video titled How to Create Low Poly Rocks in 1 minute. Which is a complete lie because I easily spent 2 hours trying to figure this out. But thank you for your knowledge, good sir. I gave the giant rock monster some bones, and I'm definitely keeping this. Now that we've got our giant rock monster squishing around, it's time to update the Bokoblins. I used Bokoblins from my previous video, dragged a horn on their heads, and made them shoot arrows. I then added rafts to the stone talus so they can hold the new Bokoblins. And with all that done, we've got the enemy from the trailer. Let's see how Chris is doing. Hey Chris, how's it going?
I made a donut.
The trailer shows us some lush yellow trees on top of golden rocky islands. My brother used Blender's landscape plugin and a mirror modifier to create the islands. He then used texture painting to give the mesh a rocky look. We removed gravity from the islands in Unity and scattered trees all around them. The trailer also shows Roman-looking ruins on top of the islands, which my brother was able to replicate perfectly. We finally added enemies and portals to the island to make the game fun to play and explore, with the end of the level bringing you to Ganon's castle. With 1 week remaining in our self-imposed challenge, we wanted to clean up the game to better match the trailer and add the final Undead Ganon fight. It looks like Link's hand is destroyed by the malice and replaced with a ghost hand. I created the ghost hand by sectioning it off from the Ganon model in Blender. I then changed Link's tunic color to better match the trailer. By far the coolest part of the trailer was Link's Dragonfire Shield. I got rid of his useless metal shield and created the Dragonfire Shield with some assets. To make the flamethrower, I used Unity's particle system. And now we have a firebending shield. Nothing like some roasted Bokoblins. I wanted to give Link an awesome freefall animation while in the sky. Unfortunately, I didn't have a good animation for this. So I uploaded a character to Mixamo, found an animation that I liked, and used Unity's Mechanim system to retarget the animation for Link. I am loving how this came out. At the beginning of the game, and before the final Ganon fight, we wanted to create some cinematic cutscenes. To do this, I created a series of camera scripts that rotated and moved around the Ganon model. With the cinematics looking great, it's time to create the final Ganon fight. I wanted the final fight to occur back in the cave where Ganon is hiding. I gave Undead Ganondorf 2 types of attacks and 3 stages in the final fight. The first attack has Ganon shooting dark fire at Link, while the second attack has Ganon shooting a light orb. Darkfire is Ganon's basic attack, so I made it fairly weak. My favorite Ganondorf fight of all time was in Ocarina of Time, where you have to redirect Ganon's attacks back at him. So I gave Undead Ganondorf a shield that can only be broken by redirecting his light orb attack. Both attacks were made using Unity's VFX Graph. I coded up a flurry attack that occurs every few seconds throughout the fight, where Ganon shoots a ton of dark fire and light orbs at once. After taking enough damage, the fight will transition to a new stage, which is indicated by the shield changing color. The fight gets far more challenging by increasing the number of projectiles that Ganon shoots with each cast. The first stage of the fight, Ganon shoots 1 projectile. The second stage of the fight, Ganon shoots 3 projectiles at once. And the final stage of the fight, Ganon shoots 5 projectiles at once. That's a lot to dodge, but it makes for a very challenging and exciting fight. I spent a lot of time perfecting every aspect of this fight, and I've gotta say, it's one of the most fun boss fights I've ever played. Before I have Carl react to this, I need to add some finishing touches to the game. I added wind sound effects while Link is flying through the sky, and made the scenery surrounding Ganon's castle even more epic. The islands were looking amazing, but they only had a couple enemies. So we added more Bokoblins, and we also added Hinoxes, Guardians, and the Stone Talus from before. I added some final touch sound effects to the Stone Talus to make fighting it more realistic. My brother also threw in one last surprise for me by creating legless Guardians and lining them up on the path to Ganon's castle. Holy crap! The whole thing's littered with them! Oh my
Have
god!
fun.
I didn't tell you to put this in the game! Oh my god.
Run! Run!
Oh, as a final touch before the game is complete, I needed to make sure the sound effects for the Ganon fight were perfect. I carefully chose some fire, light, and human attack sound effects to make the scene feel as epic as possible. I even gave Ganon an evil laugh at the start of the fight. And of course, what final fight would be complete without some epic music? With the game complete, let's see if my good friend Carl can reach and defeat Undead Ganondorf.
Yeah, the game music slaps. Zelda's my girlfriend! Are you cheating on me? With this guy? What the hell? What the hell just happened? Yo, what? Oh my gosh, I was ready to just, like, destroy Ganon for stealing my girl. And then this happened? Dude, that's actually insane. We're in the trailer. I'm a Charmander.
Look at his arm.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with his arm.
I think his arm's stuck in a Lay's chip bag. Is that what I see?
You're gonna have to run here. Run!
What the heck? Why is Nick? You're evil. You're actually evil.
Survive!
Why is the Rockman here? Dwayne Johnson's here. The graphics are actually insane on him. Look how cute he is. Wee.
Alright, you're at Ganon's castle. Is Carl gonna win?
Right.
Jump off, jump off.
Counterintuitive. Alright, where's my girlfriend? This entire fight? This is gonna be easy, bro.
Alright, round 2. Let's see if Carl can win this time.
Pretty cool fight. This is like an actual
Thank you.
Zelda fight.
Yep. Do it again. Oh no!
Why'd you tell me to do it again?
Yeah, this is the hard part of the fight. He's so close. Is he gonna do it? He's got half a heart left. If you like this video and Carl's reaction, I'll have another video on my new channel showing me and my friends playing the extended game soon. For legal reasons, I can't release this game, but I hope you enjoyed this while waiting for Breath of the Wild 2. Thanks for watching.